4-2, and they are now 10-1 under Mike McCarthy in games following a loss, while LA falls. I mean, what are they going to do? 2-3 heading into their next matchup against Kansas City. That's woof-tacular. Next weekend, there are a few important sort of developments on both sides that we need to dig into, because while the Cowboys offense certainly wasn't perfect, and they hit some womp-womp lulls against a defense that struggled this year for the most part, I think we saw this thing at least start, and I'm not trying to be Pollyanna. I know I'm wearing my like pink poodle fluffy sweater today, and I'm like, you know, so positive. No, like I don't want to make too much of it, but it did evolve a little bit. We should give that some credit and a good look over. First, it was seeing Dak's legs making their way back into the situation. Where have they been? I don't know, but they're in the game plan. At least they were last night at SoFi. His ability to run is part of what's made him so successful throughout his career. And this Texas coast, more like Texas toast, last night offense hadn't really been allowing for that to be part of the vibe, okay? After running just 12 times for 45 yards over the first 5 games combined, Dak had 7 runs last night for 40 yards, including that huge 18-yard touchdown run on 4th and 1 to get the Cowboys on the board early. Okay, so it was clearly a part of the design, and credit to Mike McCarthy. I'll give him some credit here. He adapted, right? He adapted. Dak is at his best when he's a dual threat, and last night was a reminder of that. We also saw, and I loved seeing, because we all know I just love Keenan Allen. I loved seeing Keenan Allen exchange jerseys with our boy CeeDee Lamb after the game, because CeeDee, he was finally given the ball somewhat consistently, okay? He finished with 7 for 117, his highest totals, by the way, since all the way back in week 2. That's weird that that's even a thing. They finally, like the good to take from this, they remembered, and this is for Matthew Hamilton out here, who got, like, no one cares about Brandon Cooks more than Matthew Hamilton, and they somehow, this team remembered him in a big spot, I will say. He came up big on the go-ahead score in the 4th quarter, and Hamilton let our entire show staff know about it. Anybody who's ever worked on the Up and Adam show got a text last night. People don't even work here anymore. They're waking up to alerts from Matthew Hamilton that he got involved in the 4th quarter. Now, again, this offense still isn't clicking the way that we want them to, or in the way that we've seen it in the past with Dak, but there's evolution. There's some progression, and progress gives you some security in life, in NFL action, in all of it. And with the way this defense is playing, it's buying them time to sort of fully figure it out. I'm not burying the Cowboys. I'm with Taylor Lewan. I'm on the train. On the LA side of things, no one loves this Chargers team more than me. I can't believe I didn't even go to the game. I should have been there. But it's another big one that they were unable to cash in on, and they came up short in. And I have to give the Cowboys defense the credit here. The pressure they put on Herbert, especially on the last few plays, it would have given anybody a hard time. Stephon Gilmore continues to come up big in the clutch. He nabbed this game-sealing pick off of Herbert. I'm trying to figure out, like, because I defend Herbert. He was my MVP choice. And then it becomes the rhetoric online, and it's all due and it's all fair to say, you know, a colleague of mine said, give me the big moment that Herbert has. Give me, like, the thing you can stamp and say, like, yeah, but that game, he killed it, and he put the team on his back. So we talk about his toughness. We talk about his raw talent, his ability, all of that. Like, from a Herbert perspective, it's in the gutter after last night, and you can say all the things you want about Staley. You can say, like, it's not a good look. You have to have a signature win. You have to have what was last year's, like, October, that dog in you or whatever, to bring that mean back. So getting the ball back down 3 with under 2 minutes to go against the Cowboys, there's your opportunity to shut everyone up. I love when people shut everybody up, and instead the game ended with that pick that you just saw. So I can give the credit as much as I want to the Cowboys. Like, it is on Herbert to make the play. And what's most concerning is that it was the 13th pick he's thrown in a 1-score game in the 4th quarter in his career. No one else has more than 8 in that span. I believe in Herbo. He was my MVP choice. But I don't know. And I still think he's one of the best quarterbacks this game's seen. I really do. But he's got to learn how to balance aggressiveness and the ability, like the talent, the playmaking, with learning how to protect the ball in key spots. Like, I've said this about Josh Allen a lot as well. Like, I'm not going to use any of the other loaded phrases being thrown out about him in regards to, like, what he is in clutch situations or blah, blah, blah. I don't know if that's true yet, so I'm not going to say it. I just think he's got developing to do, and he truly, and this might sound harsh because Chargers fans know I love him, you squandered a big spot. this is a real opportunity for you, and I can just hope that it's a learning thing going forward. Because TikTok, we got a game in Arrowhead, and you know T-Swift is going to be there. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest Up and Adams content right on YouTube.